What is Johnny Depp's final film, The Photographer of Minamata? More than just focusing on Eugene Smith, the photographer best known for his photojournalistic coverage of the Second World War for the magazine Life in the 1970s and later in the following decades, El Fotografo de Minamata focuses on the environmental atrocity in that Japanese coastal town that Smith covered for Life as his final collaboration, having already been imprisoned, robbed, and bankrupt in the 1960s. The movie has the elements that appealed to him and appealed to old Hollywood. Even while it's not a redistribution story, it does have a Western character who helps another community. Depp, who co-produces the movie, the character I created for Hunter S. Thompson in Panama and Las Vegas had similar characteristics, but this movie is fundamentally different because it shows how ordinary citizens, whether they live in Japan or not, can band together and successfully take on corporations. Unicoma may successfully include itself among corporations, but not always. The story goes that one fine day, Smith was at home, somewhat disorganized, when Aileen, Minami Hinase, dropped by to discuss the wonders of the movie Fuji. Elle states that he has always worked in both white and black, but it appears that he had a contract. It will be interesting to see under what circumstances he signed it. I agree. In reality, the Japanese American wanted to tell them what had happened in Minamata. The corporation Chiso had been dumping mercury waste into the water, poisoning fish and humans who ingested it and causing future malformations and fetuses. Smith, who was so capable of ripping off a check as luck of indemnification in the face of his former boss in Life, the always unapproachable Bill Nye, who with the same ruse can want to say one thing and all the other, managed to convince Robert Hayes to hire him again. So, yes, you need the pictures as early as possible. It is understood that during those times, magazines could be purchased in kioscos, and Minamata had to be brought to the attention of the world. We say that lullaby filmmaker Andrew Levitas films the movie as though it were made in the 1970s. There are good people and bad people. Smith was weak but determined and able to stand up to the powerful without showing any fear. As a result, the movie recaptures that spirit of balance between freedom and virtue that is so lacking in today's world. One of the film's draws is the inclusion of real photographs taken by Smith, as well as the recreation of how they were taken, in addition to the adventure and escapade story that involved the photographer who would later become a supermodel. Depp's portrayal will please his admirers because it is in these that Johnny stumbles, but also because it is impossible to avoid being drawn to him or his character. That it's not always the same thing.